evening, everyone. It's 7 o'clock. It's July 10th, 2018, and it's time to call the meeting of the Whitehall City Council to order for the purpose of considering such matters that may come before it. I'm going to ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silence and remain standing for the pledge. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Here.
Rodriguez?
Here.
Elmore?
Here.
Coniston?
Here.
Tanner?
Here.
Heck?
Here.
Morrison? President Graham?
Present.
Mr. President, move to excuse the absent member.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Bailey and a second by Ms. Elmore to excuse the absent member. Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
The absent member has been excused. Next, we have our approval of minutes for June 19 and June 26, agenda and regular meeting minutes for June 19th, June 26th. It is the emergency special meeting minutes.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Coniston, a second by Mr. Canner for approval of the June 19 and June 26 meeting minutes. Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
The minutes have been approved. Next, we have our first opportunity for poll public. If anyone would like to come forward, you will have up to 3 minutes. All righty, we'll move on to our standing committee reports, and we shall begin with Administration and Financial Management, Chairperson Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. President, and welcome back. We missed you.
Thank you.
Administration and Financial Management did meet 2 weeks ago, and Mr. Rodriguez chaired that committee, but our minutes are on file, and we will meet again next Tuesday, just after 6:30.
All right, thanks. I'm sorry, cut you off.
I'm good, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Community and Elder Advocacy, Chairperson Elmore.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome back. Community and Elder Advocacy met 2 weeks ago. Our minutes are on file. We will meet again next week in the back at 6:30.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Community Standards and Enforcement, Chairperson Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome back. I'm not going to let her go. So we also met 2 weeks ago. Minutes are on file. Meet again next week, sometime after 6:30.
All righty, thank you, sir. Next, we have Economic Development. That's Chairperson Morrison. And I'm going to ask,
He welcomes you back.
I was just going to say, we're going to hold all the welcome backs till the end. It's kind of like the applause. And then you can all welcome me all back at once. But anyway, Mr. Morrison is unable to attend this meeting this evening. However, I was informed that the committee did meet last Tuesday, or the Tuesday before, and their minutes are on file, and they shall also meet again next Tuesday sometime after 6:30. Next, we have Infrastructure Maintenance and Services, Chairperson Hack.
Thank you, Mr. President. Infrastructure Maintenance and Services met 2 weeks ago in the back. We'll meet again next week on sometime after 6:30 on Tuesday, and our notes are on file.
Thank you. Next up, we have Public Safety. Ms. Coniston is the chairperson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Safety met 2 weeks ago. Our minutes are on file, and we'll meet again next week, sometime in the back after 6:30 next week.
Thank you. Next up, and lastly, we have Parks and Recreation, Chairperson Cannon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Parks and Recreation met a couple of weeks ago. Minutes are on file. Welcome back. We'll meet again next week in the back after 6:30 sometime.
All right.
Does not follow directions.
Thank you. All right, so those are all the standing committee reports we have this evening. Next up, we have our officials' reports. Normally, I would call on the mayor. However, she is out of town. And so I will now call on our city attorney, Mr. Michael Bivens.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. Thank you, everyone, for coming out this evening. I will say it a little differently, just because it's my style. It's good to have you back. From the city attorney's office, in the month of June, we processed 296 cases through our mayor's court. Out of those 296 cases, 31 of those were Whitehall residents, which is about 10%. So what I've done is, even today was mayor's court, I went down to municipal court because I wanted to see if there was a variance. Are we getting more Whitehall residents downtown? And that's why we're seeing it. Well, as I looked at it, the grand total for all cases, including mayor's court and municipal court, were 378 total. 48 of those are Whitehall residents. That's a 12% variance. So we're about a 1 to 2% of those cases are Whitehall. So I will start monitoring it on that basis, just to see what if any of those cases are leaving from mayor's court here and then going downtown, and I will let you know, members of council, as well as any member of the public that's interested in knowing about those numbers. And that's it from the city attorney's office.
All right, thank you, sir. Next, we have our city auditor, Mr. Dan Miller.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do know how to follow instructions, so if everybody's ready. Welcome back, Jim.
Thank you.
I have no official report. I'd like to have favorable consideration on resolutions 23 and 26.
All right. We will certainly give that some consideration. So those are all the officials' reports we have this evening, with the exception of the following officials' reports have been filed in the council office since our last meeting, and those are, one of them is the mayor's report to council for May 2018, and the treasurer's investment report for May 2018, the treasurer's activity by fund report for May 2018, and the treasurer's fund reconciliation report for May 2018. Under communications, petitions, and claims, we have the agenda for the July 12, 2018 meeting of the Planning Commission, and that's all we have. Next, we have our verification of copies. Ms. Fry, Mark, please call the roll on whether each member of council was given a copy of each item of legislation listed on the agenda prior to the meeting, and including any add-on legislation.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
All righty. Well, we will begin with our ordinances and resolutions for the evening, and as usual, we'll begin with our third readings. First up, we have Ordinance 50, 2018. It's providing for the submission to the electorate of the City of Whitehall an amendment to the charter of the City of Whitehall, Ohio, proposing to amend Section 24C of the charter to provide a plan of succession to the mayor and acting mayor in the event the president of council shall decide to succeed to the office and less than 1 year remains to be served on the term of office of the former mayor and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 50-2018. Move for the adoption, please.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Cantor and a second by Mr. Bailey for introduction and adoption of ordinance 50, 2018. Questions or comments? Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
Ordinance 50, 2018 has been adopted. Our next ordinance is 52, 2018. It's providing for the submission to the electorate of the City of Whitehall an amendment to the charter of the City of Whitehall, Ohio, proposing to amend sections 3E, 23B, 26B, 41B, and 45B of the charter to extend the term limits from 2 consecutive 4-year terms to not more than 3 consecutive 4-year terms, or change the 2-year consecutive term, change 2-year consecutive 4-year terms to not more than 3 consecutive 4-year terms for the elected officials of the City of Whitehall, for the City Council, Mayor, City Attorney, City Auditor, and City Treasurer, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to move for adoption of ordinance 052-2018.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Elmore and a second by Ms. Heck for introduction and adoption of ordinance 52, 2018. Questions or comments? Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
Ordinance 52, 2018 has been adopted. Our next ordinance is 53, 2018. It's providing for the submission to the electorate of the City of Whitehall an amendment to the charter of the City of Whitehall, Ohio, proposing to amend all references of whatever nature to individuals be gender neutral, or proposing to amend miscellaneous provisions regarding gender neutral language throughout the charter and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to introduce ordinance 53, 2018 and move for adoption.
Second.
The motion by Ms. Elmore and a second by Ms. Heck for introduction and adoption of ordinance 53, 2018. Questions or comments? Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
Ordinance 53, 2018 has been adopted. We do have a resolution under third readings this evening. It is Resolution 23, 2018. It's adopting the tax budget for the City of Whitehall, Ohio, for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019, and submitting same to the county auditor and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce Resolution 23, 2018 and move for its adoption.
Second?
I have a motion by Mr. Rodriguez and a second by Ms. Elmore. No, Ms. Coniston. See, it's, if I don't get turned around to look,
Peripheral vision.
it's hard to get undone there. All right.
Have a motion.
Yes, a motion
And a second.
and a second for Resolution 23, 2018. Questions or comments? Ms. Reinhardt, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
Resolution 23, 2018 has been adopted. That's all the items we have under third reading. Under second reading, we have ordinance 57, 2018. It's making and approving a fund transfer in the amount of $100,000 from the transfer expense account to the street maintenance repair fund and declaring an emergency. That's being read by title only. We also have ordinance 58, 2018. It's approving and making a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $50,000 from unappropriated monies in the general fund to the income tax refunds expense account. That's being read by title only, as well as ordinance 60, 2018, which is amending the zoning map attached to chapter 1122 of the 1970 codified ordinances of the City of Whitehall, Ohio, and is subsequently amended, allowing a special permit under 1123.03C1 to allow Grace Educational and Tutoring Center to operate a school and tutoring center on the property located at 700 Bernhard Road, parcel number 090000348, owned by Ebenezer Ethiopian Evangelical Church, LCMS. That's being read by title only. It's been referred to the Planning Commission. They will have a hearing on it on on July 12, 2018. We will also have a public hearing here on July 24th, 2018. It's the last item of legislation we have under second reading. Under first reading, we begin with ordinance 62, 2018. It's authorizing the creation of the Park Stream Restoration Account and appropriating $156,500 from unappropriated monies in the OPWC Projects Fund and declaring an emergency. That ordinance is being read by title only. Next, we have ordinance 63, 2018. It's authorizing the replacement of section 1128.04 and the repeal of sections 1128.05 and 1128.06. That is being read by title only. Next up, we have, that's our last resolution, our last ordinance. We do have a resolution, which is Resolution 26, 2018. It's resolving to approve then and now certificates and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce Resolution 26, 2018, move for the suspension of all rules.
Second?
The motion by Mr. Rodriguez and a second by Ms. Coniston for introduction and suspension of all rules on Resolution 26, 2018. Questions or comments? Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
The rules have been suspended on Resolution 26, 2018.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Rodriguez, second by Ms. Coniston for adoption of Resolution 26, 2018. Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
Resolution 26, 2018 has been adopted. It's the last item of legislation we have on the agenda this evening, so it's our second opportunity for poll public. If anyone would like to speak before council, you will have up to 3 minutes to do so. All right, seeing no one, we will move on to Community Day Board.
Tomorrow, there's a park party at Landing Lane. It begins at, I believe, 5:30.
5.
Thank you. You would know that. And then on Sunday, we're having a ribbon cutting over at Norton at 4:30, followed by music in the park at 6.
The Danor project, is that?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this Sunday, the
Good
annual
one.
project.
We also have something new going on here in the city this year. It's a street ball tournament. It's 3-on-3 at John Bishop Park. The ages will go from 8 to 11, 12 to 15, 16 to 19, and 20 to 25. You can call the Parks office for more information, which is 614-863-0121. Hope to see a lot of people there. It's very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting.
What was those ages?
The check-in is from 8-year-olds to 11-year-olds. Be there by 11:30. It's free. 12 to 15 years of age, it's 1:30 check-in. It's free. 16 to 19, it's $15 per team. Check-in is at 3:30, and 20 to 25, it's $30 per team, and check-in is at 5:30.
So no old timers?
Right.
She was looking,
We're excluded.
looking at that. Maybe an alumni coming up.
That should be
so-
free, though.
Yes, probably pretty much. Again, that number is 614-863-0121. It's a good thing that our Parks Director is putting on for us.
And there should be at least 25 members on each team for the elderly.
I
That
would
way they
say.
don't have to play more than a couple minutes.
I would definitely say a couple minutes is all I could do.
Run out, make a shot,
Right.
go back
Or
down.
not make a shot.
That's right.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
All right. Who else has something for Community Day Board?
Whitehall Division of Fire is having the opioid crisis and who can help, which is on the 18th at K Elementary School. And you have to go through Eventbrite to sign up.
And also over at Whitehall Yearling, I saw on the electronic board that I believe July 14th is a jazz band. It looks like it went on from 12 to 5, I believe, and the tickets are $10 for that, and that sounds like a fun time too. And then, of course, our food truck festival is coming up July 28th. I think that's about it.
Anything else for Community Day Board? We'll move on to poll council, and we'll begin with Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd just like to commend city services and all the safety forces for the work they did for the night of the fireworks. I don't think there were any incidences, Mike, maybe you can fill us in, but we didn't even have anything uncomfortable up and down Beechwood, and there were a lot of people that parked and watched from there, and it was nice and calm, all family oriented. So I think this decision to be at the high school is a good one. And WCCA, thank you for the parade. It was very nice.
It was hot.
There were people
And we
all along
ordered
the
better
route.
weather than that.
Yeah.
There were people all along the route. That was kind of nice.
That was nice.
And that's all I have. Other than, again, welcome back. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez, you're up now.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, that was good, great festivities last weekend, the parade, fireworks. I saw in the dispatch today that East Pickerington is having some issues, and actually, I believe they called, I can't remember if it was Grab or something, but they called one of our police officers, and we're talking to them, and we gave them the same recommendations, and they chose not to take them, and so here they are.
Yep.
But anyway, I think we're doing it right now, so that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Elmore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank everybody that came out today. I also want to take the opportunity to thank Michael Bevins, our city attorney, for the stats that he gives us every council. I believe that that's good information, and it lets us know where we stand in Whitehall as compared to city of Columbus, and so I appreciate those statistics. Also would like to take the time to say we have some great things going on in Whitehall, and it's unfortunate that we have people that want to vandalize Community Park, but we are taking care of that as well. So, you know, we just want to make sure that we beautify this community, and everybody needs to be a part of that. And so, you know, help us make Whitehall beautiful and keep it that way. And I don't have anything else. That's it.
All right, thank you. Ms. Coniston.
Well, first of all, I want to welcome you back. I have my neighbor back. It was very, very nice to have, you know, a different neighbor there for a while, because Bob and I don't generally get to.
Well, it should be my neighbor.
So that was very, I'm calling him my neighbor because he's right next door here. Thank everybody for coming, and we've had some fun events going on in the city of Whitehall. We have some fun events coming up, so come on out and join in the fun.
All right, thank you. Mr. Canner.
Thank you, Mr. President, and again, welcome back. You were missed. You see how difficult it is sometimes that you have to read all that stuff. It's unbelievable. Thanks for coming tonight, Jerry and Paul. Good to see you guys. I want to piggyback a little bit on what Lori said about the destruction over at Whitehall Community Park. It's just a shame somebody take a weapon out there and shoot very expensive light bulbs out and globes. But we're going to replace them. So we're going to continue to improve our city the way we are. Yearling Road looks phenomenal. Mr. Bevins, thank you again for the stats that you give us. Greatly appreciate that, I really do. That's all I have to say. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Ms. Hack.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for everybody that's watching at home. And thank you for everybody that made the fireworks go on without a hitch. I know there's a couple hiccups because of the storm, but there's a lot of work that goes into it that I don't think people always see a lot of resources, but it was awesome. And thank you, WCCA, for the parade. And that's really all I have.
All right, thank you. Well, I guess it's down to me. I want to thank everyone who showed up this evening and participated along with members of council and the administration for this evening's meeting. We do appreciate you being here. I'm glad to be back. After this, though, we won't have to welcome me back anymore. Tonight is enough. And we have no other official business coming before us, so I think a motion for adjournment.
Mr. President, the auditor.
May I say something, please?
Sure.
I don't want to welcome you back. If you haven't been out to Whitehall Community Park yet, the road is open to the bottom of the hill, and it is gorgeous down there. You need to get down there and take a look at that, what they have done to that park.
I will do that.
It is. If you're unable, they will take you down in a gator.
I
Very
thought you
much
could
so.
drive down.
You can drive down
You can
there.
drive down there now.
If you want to get around in the back and down through there, yes. They'll take you right in a gator, so.
Mr. President. move
Hang
to
on,
adjourn.
I want to say one more thing. I'm glad to see that that park is truly becoming a park.
Got a lot more coming.
You know, that it's gonna turn into what I always thought a park should be. I mean, it's good to have recreation and stuff there, but in my mind, a park should have something to do with nature. Lots of trees, lots of flowers, stuff like that. And I'm so glad to see that the park is finally moving in that direction, along with all the other recreational opportunities that they will have there in the future and things that they're planning on. I think it's gonna be a wonderful place.
Naturally developed habitat
Yes.
for animals.
Yes,
Yeah.
which we have plenty of.
It looks beautiful down there right now. If you haven't been down, you need to go see it.
If they need any animals, I could donate some from my yard.
Yeah, the deer.
Coons, skunks, deer,
Well, they got that down there. Fish.
5 kinds of woodpeckers. My backyard is full
Who got
of
it
wildlife. And
Mr.
a dog.
President,
Yes.
move to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Bailey and a second by Mr. Rodriguez for adjournment. Ms. Frymark, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Tanner?
Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Isabella. Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
Couldn't you just done this?
All right, we are adjourned, and we will see you all back here at our next meeting in 2 weeks. Thank you.